Ooni of Ife's wives in tears. How Queen Naomi's return shook the royal palace. Yes, you heard me well. Okay, since Queen Naomi returned from custody at the Agodi Correctional Facility, it has been one drama or the other, all over Ile-Ife Palace, and beyond, okay? And according to this story that is coming out now, if everything about it is true, what we are hearing allegedly is that the Ooni of Ife wives are already in tears, almost serious tears, unbelievable tears. And while they are crying, you may just sit back and listen to this story, and you will get the gist here, okay? So yeah, so crying is very much allowed. Okay, everyone knows the royal palace is no stranger to drama, and even crying things. Yes, so there's a been cry well for that their palace. Small thing, tears go down the flow anyhow. Okay, but no other situation has really shaken the foundations of the palace. Like what is going on now. Since the return of Queen Naomi from the Agodi Correctional Center, after her widely publicized movement, out of the palace, with all the problem, eventually we got to 18th of December, the funfair that never held and all the trouble, even all the plans for the buying of the enemy and everything. After all those things ended, okay, Queen Naomi, against all odds, yes, you heard me well, against all odds, has returned back, and by the grace of God, God will continue to see her through to the rest of the trial. So, but what we are hearing now is that even just coming out on bail, alone is already causing frustrations, is already causing resentment among our detractors. And the people I'm referring to, right? Most of our detractors are well known to you guys, okay? So I don't want to call names, but you already know the people I'm talking about. So they are saying that, these are coming back alive, against all the manipulations, is already causing serious frustration, resentment among themselves. I don't want to sound like a broken record because you guys already know the details of all the evil plots against Queen Naomi and how everything climaxed to that very frustrating move that led to the decline of those 35 innocent children. As a result of that unfortunate stampede, which a lot of people have said, was orchestrated by some of these evil people. Okay, so Queen Naomi's absence from the picture, since 18th of December, obviously made headlines with different permutations and narrative. Okay, a lot of these narrative and permutations are already in the public domain, and yours sincerely has taken out time to bring most of them to you guys. And don't forget that the departure, actually left a void, and even among us Queen Naomi fans, it was like nothing was working, but we had to just keep the faith. We kept our prayers going, and you know, uh, but for some of these Ooni of Ife wives, according to the report, during that time that Queen Naomi was away, it was a time for them to solidify their positions, believing that probably Queen Naomi is not going to come back. Okay, so that all their cry of marginalization and the rest, will not be there again. But alas, but Queen Naomi came back, and she's back, bigger and stronger. And like I'll be telling a lot of people, even the remaining trial, I think is already, a done deal, because I've not seen anything that is going to make her not to be set free at the end of the day. Okay, however, looking at this the story that is coming out, you see, Queen Naomi's dramatic return has upended the carefully crafted dynamics within the palace, leaving the other wives scrambling to reclaim their influence. So we, the supporters of Queen Naomi, have seen her come back as a victory, for love, strength, and destiny. Yes, you heard me well, okay? Because that is all she now epitomized right now, okay? So to a lot of us, Queen Naomi's return symbolizes divine favor and unbreakable bond that she shares with Ooni of Ife, going by the reports that are out there. especially that last minute support for Queen Naomi. And where Ooni of Ife himself was saying we should pray for her, where he also said that she's going to come up victorious, or I mean, vindicated, as it were. Okay, so looking at that, the few days before her bail was granted, you will realize that truly the bond she shares with Ooni of Ife is indeed unbreakable. Okay, and her grace and pearls in the face of adversity, have made her a beloved figure. And we, her supporters, we have now reveled in tears and frustrations of those who doubted her resilience. What am I saying here? Those of our detractors, and a lot of those people who were in charge of the evil manipulations. The fact that we just hear now that, look, there are some of them are sharing tears, right there in the palace. It's just giving people like me, some real sort of happiness, okay? Because the plan was not what is not the case, okay? But insiders have revealed that only other wives, were blindsided by Queen Naomi's return, which many see as a clear signal of our enduring importance to the monarch. Yes, if she's not important to the monarch, that last minute open support for Queen Naomi wouldn't come. It came despite all odds. It came despite the pressure on Ooni of Ife to remain aloof, while Queen Naomi suffers in custody. But alas, last minute he came out, spoke the way the king should speak. Don't forget that he measured his comment because he's also the father of those 35 pen children. So it's a difficult situation the man found himself, but somehow a day or two before that bill was granted, he was able to navigate the whole thing and it came out with that reaction, which of course has swayed, the release right now. And that is a beautiful thing to see. Okay. So rumors have suggested that tensions, have reached a boiling point, with some of the wives allegedly expressing their anger and disappointment in private circles. Yes, they can complain in private circles for all I care. That is not my business. So for them, Queen Naomi's return, threatens to undo all their careful maneuvering and political alignment within the palace so far. Of course, we all know about this, but who cares? They can go hug transformers, as they say in our local parlance. Okay? Don't mind me, I'm being really very realistic here. True to her nature, okay, Queen Naomi has remained calm, and composed in the midst of palace chaos so far. Her quiet confidence and refusal to engage in public, fights, have only amplified her mystique, and influence to her supporters. All of us. This is the ultimate victory. A woman who does not need to speak loudly to be heard, a woman who does not need to fight for her place because destiny has already secured it for her. Exactly. You know, why would she make noise? Okay. So for the Ooni of Ife, as far as I'm concerned, balancing emotions and ambitions of his wives, has never been an easy task. But Queen Naomi's return has presented a unique challenge, I tell you, a big one. Because sources close to the palace say Ooni of Ife has made it clear that Queen Naomi's place in his life remains special, a fact that has deepened the resentment of his other wives. Once again, who cares? So yet, the only unwavering support for Queen Naomi is also, also highlights his commitment to upholding spiritual and cultural balance of his household. He is reportedly working behind the scene to quell the growing discord, though it remains to be seen whether his efforts will succeed or not. So for we, the Queen Naomi fans, the sight of the other wives alleged, tears, it's a moment of sweet vindication, if you ask me. Okay, it's a refreshing news, if this story is really true. If this story is true, then it's a testament to Queen Naomi's strength and divine favor, proof that no weapon formed against her can ever prosper. Yes, she has demonstrated that, on multiple occasions, okay? So her detractors, meanwhile, are left grappling with reality that their perceived dominance has been upended by the return of the chosen one. Yes, you heard me well. Queen Naomi is indeed the chosen one. Okay, and whoever wants to go and hug transformer, make that person go hug her. Abi. Uh-huh. And now, but this brings us to this very interesting question: what lies ahead? Okay, so as the palace navigates this new chapter, one thing is clear, oh, very, very clear. And that is our dear Queen Naomi's return has reignited the spotlight on her and her undeniable influence. Exactly. So whether this leads to unity within the royal household or further divisions, remain or cause further divisions remains uncertain. But for now, the Queen stands tall as a symbol of grace and triumph. Okay? So the sight of our detractors, just shedding tears is just the beginning. Yes, this is just the beginning. They go see cry, they go cry, they go tire. Queen Naomi's reign is far from over. It is only just begun. Yes, you heard me well. I told a lot of Queen Naomi fans, with Queen Naomi supporters, in the course of her being in custody, that look, Queen Naomi is going to come out even stronger and bigger. And that is already happening. The fact that some of these Ifa wives, it's being reported that they are already crying, shedding tears because it seems like Queen Naomi is getting some sort of attention from Ooni Of Ife. I mean, this whole thing just gladdens my heart, and I hope this continues. Okay, they have not seen nothing. This is just the beginning, like I said. Okay, so but don't forget, okay, this story is still within the realm of speculation. It's still within the realm of rumor. Do not take this story as a fact. Okay, and this is what came out, and we just decided to bring it to your doorstep. I'm going to be back soon with another very, very interesting story. But while I go away, please enjoy the tears that is being shared by these Ifa wives. I'll be back. Bye bye.